Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, then welcome to my channel. My name is Abby and I am a stay-at-home mom of 5, and I thought that today I do like to share some homemaking and homeschooling content, but I also really like sharing just meals and meal ideas, more so in a realistic fashion because I don't have time to make anything look pretty. It's just more like, here's what I'm feeding my family, here's what I made for dinner. I really like cooking, but I don't necessarily have time to have the best presentation skills. So just like cooking, just like sharing all the cooking and things like that. And so today I thought I would change it up a little, and instead of just sharing a full day of food or what I eat in a day, I thought I would share a full weekend of food and just give you an idea of what we eat throughout the weekend, how much time I'm spending in my kitchen, what it kind of looks like for me. And this is an extra special weekend because we have a date night and we have family game night on Sunday nights, and so we're gonna have dessert and things like that. So I just thought I'd take you guys along on our full weekend of food. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, here is a full weekend of food, Saturday morning through Sunday night in our house for our family of 7. Good morning, it is Saturday morning and I'm making a big batch of breakfast burritos. I'm gonna brown up some sausage and make 18 of these. There's 18 in a pack and we don't have any in the freezer right now, so I'm just gonna make breakfast burritos for us this morning and then make 12 for the freezer. So I've got, I think, like 20 or 22 eggs here. Gonna cook these up, brown the sausage. I do have some hash browns going in for them for breakfast this morning, and then I'll cook up the tortillas after I make the sausage and eggs, and then just kind of like sear them on the pan to seal them up, and stick some in the freezer. Here's my current view. Okay, and then we have a quick breakfast here because there is a meeting for a golf tournament that John has to get to with the kids. So we've got breakfast burritos, hash browns, and orange juice. I did not have time to cut up fruit, but that's okay. We make up for it throughout the day. And yeah, I felt like I was gonna, oh, I've got salsa on the table as well. So also the table is not dirty, it's stained with paint. So it just always looks like there's speckles of things on it. Anyway, that is breakfast. Oh, and John and I have like the veggie, like the cauliflower hash browns, and the kids have. Okay, and I just took these off the griddle, so now we have 12 more for me to wrap and freeze for the next couple of Saturday mornings, because this is what I have on our meal rotation right now for Saturday mornings. So little extra work to just wrap, cook up a few more eggs, wrap up a few more tortillas, but it's worth it because for the next 2 weeks, all I'll have to do on Saturday morning is pop these in the oven. All right, well, I'm cleaning up the kitchen and my oven is still hot from the hash browns. It was only 25 degrees below what I needed to put it on for my sourdough. I'm gonna go ahead and pop, let's see here, there we go. Pop a loaf of artisan bread in the oven for, today we're having grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch and I don't have any bread, but I did have a loaf proofing in the garage fridge. So basically I will do 2 loaves at a time, and I am doing a cook with me here soon. Maybe you already saw that before I put this video up, that would be great. On how to cook how I make sourdough. Anyway, I do 2 at a time, and I'll put one in and bake it like 12 hours later, and then the next one I keep proofing in the fridge for like 24, 36 hours just until we need it, so I don't have to bake them both at once. So anyway, I had this loaf in the fridge that needed to be baked today, and I didn't really have a plan, so I'm gonna stick this in the oven, get the rest of the Saturday morning chores around here done, and then probably go out to the pool for a bit before it's time to cook. All right, look at that beauty. This just, ooh, nice. This just came out of the oven. I'm gonna pull it out of here and let it cool. John, on Saturdays, takes the kids out for a little fun morning on the days that we don't have lots going on. Bella has like trio practice Saturday morning, so he'll drop her and then take the kids to a playground or a coffee shop or something fun. and gives me just a little bit of time because he's always like, I would flip the camera on myself right now, but I'm in a swimsuit and I'd rather not. So you're looking at bread while I tell the story. But he'll always tell me like, hey, take some time on the weekend, go out, relax. Because I, you know, have lots going on during the week, don't get a chance to like relax. And I'm always like, no, you take them out and I'll relax and do things here. Because the things that will relax me are like getting caught up on things around the house and getting a workout in and things like that. I don't want to get ready and go somewhere. So I spent the morning cleaning up the kitchen, getting some things put away and caught up, and now I've got about an hour left. Well, this was in the oven. I did just a 20-minute, hopped on the Peloton for 20 minutes. That felt really good. And now I'm gonna go lay out in the pool by myself without being splashed, without having to look at tricks, without being dunked, without my hair getting wet. Just me and my float in the calm pool water, getting some sunshine in before it's diving in deep again to mom life until next Saturday. So anyway, gonna pull this out, let it cool down. Everyone will be back in about an hour and I will make lunch. Oh, actually it's date night. So I get kind of a double break today, which is exciting. Okay, that's fun. Okay, focus, Abby. Pull this out, go in the pool. Okay, we've got some grilled cheeses here for lunch with some fruit and veggies on the side. And then we have some leftover cookies from pizza night last night that the kids will get to enjoy. This night was date night, and so we went to one of our favorite ocean view restaurants, and for an appetizer, I got crab stuffed mushrooms and John got peel and eat shrimp. We both got the local red snapper for dinner, and I got asparagus and a beet salad on the side. John got a house salad, and then for dessert, instead of their amazing dessert platter that they bring out, we were just so stuffed. We went for a walk and it was just such a beautiful oceanside sunset view, and we passed a local citrus grove stand and they sell these delicious orange slushies, so we got that for dessert instead. Good morning, it's Sunday and today I am making pancakes and bacon for breakfast. I'm doing sourdough pancakes, so the first part of the recipe like ferments overnight, and then in the morning you add things like eggs, baking soda. I love this recipe. I've used this one many times. It makes very, very fluffy pancakes. And it's funny, once you let like the sponge ferment overnight, it's like buttermilk, sourdough starter, flour, and some sugar, and then in the morning when you add the eggs and the butter and the baking soda or baking powder, as soon as you add the baking soda, the recipe like starts to grow. And I've doubled and tripled this recipe before. The very first time I made it, I doubled the recipe, and once I added the baking, because the sponge looked small, but once I added the baking soda, it grew so much that every time I would like scoop some out to make a pancake and go back, the bowl was like back to where it was before. I'm like, this is gonna be bottomless pancakes, so I'll never get to the bottom of this bowl. So now I only make one recipe instead of doubling it. So anyway, got the bacon in the oven, kids are getting ready for church, and I'm about to add the rest of the ingredients to the overnight sourdough. All right, here's the batter. I just put the baking soda on top. I'm gonna stir it up and I'll show you how bubbly it is. I don't know if you can tell how much that's grown, but it is so fluffy. Look how fluffy. They're such fluffy pancakes. I'll never get over it. All right, breakfast is served. And we need to get out the door for church in 10 minutes. Can we do it?
I think so.
Okay, we've got an after church snack board here. Cheese, hummus, buffalo pretzels and regular, some veggies, some fruit, and some cookies from our neighbors because they will never return a pie pan empty. And so we brought them pies for 4th of July and they returned it with some cookies. And we've got a quick 45 minutes or so to between church here, eating, getting ready, and then I'm taking the girls to solo practice, which they don't typically have on a Sunday, but they have today.
Third time she told me
to make up for some vacation time. Okay, I'm prepping dinner. I'm prepping dessert. It's about 2 o'clock now. We just got home from dance practice. And I'm making, it's called Death by Chocolate Cake. This is one that my girlfriend Jennifer brought over when Annie was born, and I remember it very clearly because I had, with Annie, she was a home birth, and so Jennifer's meal was like the day or the day after Annie was born, and I was just like ravenous, and for dessert she brought over this triple chocolate cake. So I thought that it was like this like gloriously made from scratch cake, and I dreamt about it for years, and then a couple of years ago I texted her and I was like, I don't know if you remember, but when Annabeth was born, you brought me this 3-layer chocolate cake and it was just to die for. And she was like, oh, that's just, and she like rattled off this small list of ingredients and I like died. So we have made this a few times on Sunday nights ever since, because on Sunday nights, if you have been around here a while, then you know that we do family game night on Sunday nights, just to kind of have a little table time as a family before we reset for a new week. And so we always have dessert on game nights, and sometimes it's like we have s'mores or, you know, something really simple like ice cream bars from the freezer. Sometimes it's a homemade dessert, and it's summertime, so I've got a little more time. So we are having this triple chocolate cake, and the way you make it is it's just box cake mix. It's the best. You do 2 layers of a box chocolate cake mix, and then in the middle you do a layer of brownie, and so you basically just take a 3rd round pan and make brownies in the round pan, and then like put it in between. And what she said was that the kicker was it has to be Hershey's frosting. She said it was on Pinterest, and the Hershey's frosting was what seals the deal there, and then you cover it in like mini chocolate chips or chocolate shreds or whatever. So I've got that all in the oven right now, and while I'm just in the kitchen making a mess, I figured I'd mix up the messiest part of my dinner tonight, which is we're having chicken legs with some roast smashed potatoes and green beans, and then the cake. And so I just kind of like got all we're doing like a homemade shake and bake recipe, and I'm doubling it. So I got all my seasoning here. I'm gonna mix that together. So when it comes time to actually cook the meal, I've already like done all the little bits of ingredients, and now all I'll actually have to do is pull the chicken legs out and coat them. So I'm just gonna get this all mixed up, get myself ahead for the night, and I can actually spend some time with the kids or with the laundry. I have to decide, right, which one it's gonna be on this beautiful, sunny, gloriously warm, inviting pool afternoon. I think you can tell which direction I'm leaning. All right, we got some chicken and some roast potatoes that don't look pretty in here. I'll show it on the plates. It doesn't look so hot in here. Shake and bake chicken, green beans, and smashed roasted potatoes. Looking good.
10 up to 6.
I swear,
So,
Look at the chocolate chips.
yummy.
Oh.
All right, and I am just finishing out my weekend in the kitchen here with some sourdough sandwich bread. I just had this dough in my KitchenAid in the pantry for about 15 minutes or so while I was getting ready for bed, and now I'm just gonna dump this. I don't like keeping my sourdough in a metal bowl, so I'm gonna dump it into this glass bowl and cover it and leave it overnight. And then in the morning, I'll put it into loaf pans, let it rise for a couple hours and bake it. And then if the kids want to have toast for breakfast, because it's what's on our menu tomorrow, we can. Otherwise, I might make them sandwiches for lunch tomorrow. But yeah, so there's that. It's nice and stretchy and like perfect. And I'm going to shut the kitchen down now. Everything's cleaned up and I'm ready for bed.